Sailing the spectacular remote islands of the South Pacific, we've learned to embrace the unexpected and cultivate resilience. Though mostly self-sufficient, life demands us to reprovision, to gather the needed parts and pieces of the modern world. So we find ourselves in Hiva Oa, the heart of the southern Marquesas. There, we found no welcoming embrace, only a crowded harbor, a mocking rocky bottom, laughing at our multiple attempts to anchor. Relieved to have finally hooked, a rude awakening in the middle of the night was the next jest from the joker we call life.
How about there, hon? Take the helm, and I'll leave the rudder. What's the depth?
7'2".
It took us not 1,
5'9".
Yeah, no, this is like drinking water.
Next to this boat.
The metal sailboat, yeah, the one that's for rust.
Okay.
not 2, but 8 attempts until we finally hooked properly.
Good. Okay, got it.
We have another casualty. Our spin lock clutch that holds the dinghy on is toast.
So Fabio was using a line to secure the dinghy.
Okay, now bring it up.
We've discovered that boat life is basically just trying to keep the boat and all your stuff working enough to get from place to place. You will always have something new broken every day. So you just have to get used to it, you know?
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm gonna put the camera down so that I can help Fabio. But that's today's lesson. And we're off.
Atuana Bay is the only anchorage near Hiva Oa's main town, with a boatyard, small chandlery, and gas station. Some fishing boats and a ferry call this dock home. Thankfully, there is a safe place to leave the dinghy, and after a game of bumper boats and a hand from a fellow cruiser, we were tied up.
Talk about logistics. We had to consider, of course, the tide. We wanted to tie on this side of the bridge, but we figure we may get stuck over there with high tide. And then a lot of dinghies get stuck under this bridge here, so we tie the front and the back, but looks good now. Now, off to dump the garbage.
This is one of 2 towns in the Marquesas where cruisers can dispose of trash. Fortunately, there's room for ours today.
You want to try hitchhiking? Yeah?
Yeah.
It is so hot, guys. Woo! We're gonna try and hitch a ride.
Unfortunately, we didn't have any luck hitchhiking, and it was so hot, we decided to turn around for Yoda's sake.
Where do we have to go? Are we okay here?
Over there? Okay.
We were just woken up. I don't even know what time it is. 4 in the morning. The Aranui, the supply ship that comes to Hiva Oa, is coming in, and I guess we have to move. We're trying to get out of the way with the anchor still in place. Boats anchored closer to the dock were quickly moving to make way for the large ship.
Do you want me to lift the anchor and go, or okay here? Okay. Okay. No.
We still have our anchor.
Oh, we have our anchor on.
The anchorage was so crowded, this monohull was hovering until the Aranui came in. Since we had such a tough time anchoring, we really didn't want to move. It doesn't look like these guys are even up. What happened?
I fell up. I was climbing up the stair, and I took a spill right on my knee. My lord.
Aww.
was like, it's right outside the window. I thought something was on fire. Man, I was like, what a rude awakening.
It's horrible.
All these smoke was horrendous.
These vegetables better be good.
The ship dropped anchor and then pivoted the stern end towards the dock.
This anchorage.
Oh my god,
It's
it is just so for the birds. Man. What we'll do to pick up a package.
Yeah,
Jesus.
and some vegetables.
Really, it was diesel.
Yeah.
I don't know that we'll be getting back to sleep, but hopefully we can try in a minute here because it looks like the ship is anchoring here. I don't know if we'll have to re-anchor or not. Hope not. Well, we'll see you later.
Today's mission is fuel. We're gonna get some jerry cans and fill up our boat. We pass it through a separate filter. And it's gonna be a lot of back and forth because we only have 7 jerry cans. I would say maybe 5 trips.
Something like that, but at least there's no limit, right?
Right, there's no limit. Great news.
A recent fuel workers' labor strike caused the government to limit cruisers to 20 liters of diesel, but we just learned the restriction had been lifted.
All right, guys, this is trip 1 of 5.
Fabio dropped me and the jerry cans off at the easily accessible area of the dock and went to tie up the dinghy. If you're enjoying this video, give it a thumbs up, leave us a comment down below, and be sure to subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. We weren't the only ones eager to fill up and receive packages from the Aranui. While I watched the fuel, Fabio and Josh had gone to pick up our packages.
We have to go get the battery.
Oh. Yeah, we're halfway there.
Oh, okay. The first time we fueled up like this, we thought it was crazy, but now it's just part of the gig. In his never-ending quest for efficiency, Fabio thought we could save time and our backs by lifting the jerrys on board with the halyard. It wasn't really that fast, so next time around, Fabio lifted them with a line while I gave them a boost. And this is how you fuel up in the Marquesas. Later that afternoon, the Aranui was already on its way to the next port.
Pretty close.
Pretty close, but I think we're fine. Aranui. Thank you for bringing us our battery.
Yes.
It's a pretty interesting concept. It's part cruise ship, part cargo ship. So it goes around to all of the islands in the Marquesas, and I think even it comes from Papeete, from Tahiti. So it goes to Tuamotus, Marquesas, and it takes people along as passengers who want to cruise throughout the islands, but then also brings cargo. So any packages, fuel sometimes, food. So very interesting, but happy we didn't have to move. However, we did turn on the engines just to kind of get ourselves out of the way, make sure we weren't in their way, because we didn't want to have anybody out in the boat coming to yell at us again. But we are almost done fueling. We finished fueling the boat, and now we're going to do one last run to fill up the jerrys. And I think it's like around probably 3:30. So we got to get a move on because the gas station closes at 5. Good morning, guys. Today we are going for a little provision or grocery shopping, and we figured we would take you with us to see what it's like to
get some food in one of the most remote places on Earth.
We going? We going? Yeah, yeah.
Yoda's pumped.
Yeah! A huge thank you to our patrons. We are so grateful for your support. If you'd like additional content and real-time updates, consider joining the Harbors Unknown community on Patreon.
Go to sleep every night, and what's it dreaming of? I wonder. How come the sky sometimes hides behind the clouds? Maybe it's just like me, a little bit scared of heights. Why does the rain always
I've done pie. Thank you, merci.
Tying up the dinghy is a bit more complicated than parking your car in the parking lot at a grocery shop, but at least there's a safe place to leave the dinghy here. And now it's about a 2-mile walk to the shops.
Yoda absolutely loves going for a walk, and thankfully it wasn't as hot as the other day.
could it be to make the ground shine like gold until winter comes? Until winter comes.
Wow.
Until winter comes.
This is that holy basil,
Makes me wonder.
but has a more like island spice to it.
Makes me wonder.
It smells fantastic.
It really makes me wonder. Oh, I wonder.
Check out this view. It is stunning. Behind me is the first store, is the closest one, but I think we're gonna go to the one that's just a bit further because they typically have more vegetables.
There's also a post office, the mayor's office, and police station.
Today is Sunday, so people are dressed up a little bit. They have on their flower crowns. It's really
So far
sweet.
away, show us where we are.
And we're here. I'm staying outside with Yoda while Fabio goes in and shops, but then I'll go in and show you guys around. So this store is actually pretty well stocked. They have a little bit of everything.
Pasta, canned vegetables, cookies, beans, olives, pate, canned meats, beer and wine, imported fruit, frozen veggies, seafood and meat, cheese, and thankfully lots of fresh fruits and veggies. We packed our haul into backpacks at the checkout in case we had to walk, but
A super nice couple just gave us a ride back, which was awesome. The people here are quite generous.
simple things like getting a ride make life so much easier. Good morning, guys. Since we are all fueled up and we provisioned yesterday, we rented a car and we're taking a drive across the island today with our friends Josh and Rachel. I'm super excited and I've been really looking forward to this because the last time we were here, we weren't able to leave the boat. And so now it seems that we've got a good spot and yeah, we're going to take a drive. It's supposed to be beautiful across the valley to the northeast side of the island. So we're going to have a great day. Our friend Martin took us to shore, sparing us the concern for our dinghy. As we began our journey, we could see why Hiva Oa is known as the Garden of the Marquesas, the hillsides bursting with vegetation. It is so beautiful up here. All the different trees create this like textured, layered effect in the landscape, and the air is cooler. There's a beautiful breeze. It's so nice. Driving the windy roads over the island's stunning cliffs not only allowed us to admire incredible views and relax by serene beaches, but our exploration of this island was an adventure into the heart of Polynesia, where the spirits of the past guide the rhythms of the present. Hiva Oa, the second largest island in the Marquesas, is a cradle of ancient Polynesian civilization, with its history woven into the fabric of the Pacific Ocean's explorations. In this dramatic landscape of colossal rocks emerging from the dark bottom of the ocean, like whales breaching to take a breath, early Polynesians found a home and left a legacy that endures in the island's archaeological sites and cultural practices. The tiki statues, which stand as silent guardians of the island's past, are among the most profound symbols of the dramatic origins of this civilization. These carved figures, often embodying deified ancestors, are believed to hold mana, a spiritual force or energy opening a bridge to the divine, offering protection, fertility, and prosperity to the communities that revere them. As we explored the Epona site, the majestic statues loomed large in their physical presence and cultural significance, testament to the island's deep-rooted connection to its ancestors and the natural world. The history of Hiva Oa is also alive in the island's traditional dances. Polynesian dances, particularly those of the Marquesas, are narratives told through movement, rhythm, and expression. They recount tales of gods, heroes, and the everyday lives of the people, and most importantly serve as a living repository of the island's history, beliefs, and values. They are a way to preserve a culture that was at risk of disappearing with the arrival of Western civilization. The dances, with their intricate movements and expressive gestures, invite us into a world where the past and present merge, celebrating the continuity of life and culture. In Hiva Oa, every stone, every tree, and every wave tells a story of exploration, survival, and honor.
Well, we just made an impulsive decision to leave Hiva Oa. This morning, we were just constantly having to check the anchor and constantly having to make sure we weren't too close to boats, and then we were like literally 2 feet from within another boat. So we already had to re-anchor yesterday, so we just decided to leave and go to Tawata. Hopefully there will be enough space for us there. The wind is like 20 knots and the swell is actually pretty big. Ooh, and there's a yellow jacket. Yeah, short and choppy. Stuff was falling all over for a bit, but I think we've got it under control now. Thankfully, Tawata's not that far. I think the first anchorage was only like 7.5 miles away. And there are a few different anchorages. So I think the furthest one is like 10 nautical miles away. So shouldn't take that long.
The beauty of living on a boat is if you don't like where you are, quite often you can move.
So we're gonna pass this promontory here, and then we're gonna go maybe another half a mile and then pull out this creature. And we're gonna go downwind. Just, the wind is now down to 14 knots.
Nice, perfect.
Just a nice little pleasure sail. Don't feel like pulling out the main. It's gonna be a lot of work.
I know, for 5 miles.
5 miles.
Since we left Panama, short day sails have been few and far between. Anchoring in the Marquesas and Tuamotus isn't the easiest, so we don't just go out for a sail for pure enjoyment. It's funny how the day started out quite frustrating and became so uncomfortable we were pushed to make a decision we wouldn't have otherwise made, and it was turning out to be a fantastic experience. It's a great reminder that every cloud has a silver lining.
We were initially thinking to go in the first anchorage there, but it looks packed and we are wanting a bit more space. So we're gonna head down a bit further south to a little village called Papatoni. It's nice because you can go to shore there and walk, and yeah, so hopefully there will be enough room for us there. It's a bit crowded, but we're gonna give it a whirl. The dolphins are here. Wow.
We managed to get the anchor down, but if you listen close, the windlass doesn't sound quite right. This brings to mind what I said at the beginning of the video. Boat life is trying to keep your boat working enough to get from place to place. There will be something new broken every day.